I'm not your gossip girl, I'm the headline. Truth with a curve, baby, redefine. Welcome to the thirst trap. All the truth looks good in a tight wrap. We talk love, power, soul, and sin. Turn the world on, let the light in. Yeah, the thirst trap news. You'll drink it up, it's the real you. They were trying to first broke rules, where every headline's a revelation.
Law, order, and the lie of chaos culture. Let's be very clear tonight, because clarity is the first casualty when emotion takes over. Being American does not mean you get to do whatever you want whenever you feel morally justified. Being American means you live under a system of laws, and those laws are enforced by authorities whose job is to keep this country functional, safe, and sovereign. You don't have to like every law. You don't have to agree with every policy, but you do have to respect the reality that interfering with law enforcement is not activism. It's escalation. What happened in Minnesota today is tragic. A woman lost her life after inserting herself into a federal law enforcement operation. And now, predictably, the same cycle is spinning up again. Outrage, riots, fires, chaos, and emotional manipulation masquerading as justice. And here's the part that should give everyone pause. The woman involved wasn't even from Minnesota. She was from Missouri. Yet now Minnesota cities are being torn apart by people claiming to defend their community while destroying the very neighborhoods they pretend to care about. That should tell you something. This isn't organic grief anymore. This isn't local outrage. This is manufactured chaos. And yes, this is my opinion, but I believe Americans are being deliberately baited into confrontational behavior by radical rhetoric pushed by professional agitators, political NGOs, and yes, paid activist networks that profit from instability. Because chaos is lucrative for the far left. Burned cities create fundraising opportunities, political leverage, and endless content. What they don't create is safety. What they don't protect is life. And what they absolutely do not care about are the individuals they push into the front lines. Because if they did, they wouldn't encourage civilians to physically interfere with armed federal officers. Let me say this plainly. If you choose to obstruct the law enforcement agencies, the consequences are on you. Not because you deserved harm, but because actions have outcomes and reality doesn't pause for ideology. A vehicle can be interpreted as a deadly weapon. Obstruction is a felony. She was committing a crime. That makes her a criminal. Federal officers do not have the luxury of assuming good intentions when their lives are at risk. That isn't cruelty. That's training. What's truly disturbing is how the radical left treats human beings like disposable props. They whip people into emotional frenzies, tell them that they're heroes for standing in the way, and then when things go wrong, they disappear. No accountability, no responsibility, just another body added to the narrative machine. And then they light the match. Minnesota is now dealing with riots, not because justice demands it, but because rage has become a political strategy. This is not civil rights. This is not compassion. This is lawlessness dressed up as virtue. Peaceful protest is American. Violent protest is criminal. And if you can't protest peacefully, then you are not protesting. You are participating in disorder. America does not survive on chaos. America survives on order, accountability, which we seem to be lacking, and responsibility. Our immigration system, our borders, our laws, they exist for a reason. A country without enforcement is not compassionate. It is collapsed. And I'm tired of watching people pretend that respecting law enforcement somehow equals oppression. It doesn't. It means you understand that civilization only works when lines exist, and when crossing those lines have consequences. Tonight, I want Americans to wake up. Stop falling for rhetoric that tells you confrontation is bravery. Stop letting professional agitators turn grief into destruction. Stop confusing emotional outrage with moral authority. You want change? Go vote. Vote in your local elections. Demand voter ID and election integrity. Organize, litigate, speak, and peacefully assemble. But do not interfere with armed officers and then act shocked when reality responds. Because America cannot be governed by impulse, and freedom cannot survive without order. That's the truth, whether it's comfortable or not. And tonight, we're going to talk about it. Welcome to Thirst Trap News. This is episode number 60, and I'm your host, Luna Lopez. We got a caller hotline up every few videos. I'm going to put the number out. We don't have a banner, right?
No, we have to.
So how are we going to show them the number?
We have to just tell them the number or pin it to the chat. At least
Okay, we'll do that. We'll pin it to the chat. This is the first we got the number, so this is just going to be a trial run. So I will open up the hotline every few videos and let you guys share your thoughts with the world. I know many of you have had a lot you wanted to say, and many of you have said you wanted to start your own podcast while cheering me on. So this was my way of giving you guys the ability to interact with my audience and your peers. So, what do I have on the menu for you today? The ICE shooting video the world is talking about. 2 videos. Historians find proof of Jesus outside the Bible. Megyn Kelly is at the yellow light. Trump forgiving felons. Walz is a douche, but in cartoon form. Tough words for a loser dork nerd face. Liberal time travels to World War II. Those are odd Craigslist ads. I love trans women. I love all people. I just don't like what they do. Mom Donnie's fuck ass COPA rules. I have scary girlfriend privilege. Name something white people can do that black people can't do. Theo talks CBS. Good for you, Trump. Another good law. And are Somalis good or bad for the community? And then fan of the day. And to qualify for fan of the day, you gotta stay in the whole show. And you gotta bring the energy and the vibes and really make me notice you, because how I pick is just based on like the interactions and the vibes and stuff, man. So you will get a kissed autographed show notes sent out to you. We are another week behind because the mailroom decided to be closed because no one fucking likes to work anymore, and holidays seem to last forever now. So tomorrow we will be able to mail them out. And then let me go check in the chat. So let's see. Backwater's back. Thanks for coming on. We had Judge Joe Brown on earlier. If you missed that episode, you can go to Rumble and go to Real Luna Lopez. And then you can look at episode 59. That was a spectacular episode. That man is a wealth of knowledge. He doesn't forget anything. It was like listening to a historian talk. And we talked about Epstein. We talked about the Jews. We talked about Egypt. We talked about Venezuela. We talked about Mexico. We talked about Diddy. I mean, we talked about it all. And he tells the truth. So go check out episode 59 on Rumble and Go support me there. I also offer a subscription. So you can see my subscriber only shows on Instagram. The subscription is for Instagram Live on Sundays. And that is, we are covering right now very niche topics. We're going through human history. So we went through Sumer, Babylon, and now we are going to be hitting up Egypt this Sunday. And yes. All right. So welcome, Mike, David. No, not yet. You're not. No, why'd you do that yet? Okay. Is it on Do Not Disturb? All right. So there is the listener hotline. It is on Do Not Disturb right now, but we also need to pin that in Rumble as well. If I could get production to put that there. You can't call just yet. You'll hit voicemail. I will open it up and I'll let you know when I will open it up. Welcome back, Seth. Welcome back, Bios, James. Let's see who else has commented. Bert. I've lived here for 15 years. Too progressive. I agree. Neil said, greetings from the bean. And I'm going to pin the number over in Rumble. All right. And Edward says, not only beautiful, but very smart. Thanks, Edward. You're awesome. Did the camera settings go back to normal? Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe it's my makeup. I'm telling you, the hardships of being a mixed girl, especially if you're olive complected and you're yellow or green. I can never find makeup that matches my skin perfectly. I've never been able to find it in 30 years. Maybe one day I'll be able to find someone that specializes in makeup. Maybe I should do that. I should open up a line for mixed women. Because the ones that they have out now, I cannot find any for like aging women. So if any of my ladies in there want to hit me up, because I can never get my color right. I'm either too orange or too yellow all the time. So it's fine. It's my makeup. Seth said this was bound to happen. Soros has his fingerprints all over the bricks they throw. I know. There's so many things that I would like to say in my monologue that I know that legally I can't say in my monologue because, allegedly has to be put through a bunch of stuff. So, my legal team makes sure that I am in compliance because everything after my monologue is my fucking opinions. And yes, I love that. Troll Patrol. Oh my God, Seth. Yes. The Troll Patrol. You guys are my official Troll Patrol officers. You, Backwater, and Jack. And then somebody came up with like a Luna Army or something. Producer Ryan had a good name for my supporters, somethings or whatever. But the Luna Legion, yes. The Troll Patrol is protecting the Luna Legion. And when I get bigger and things start happening and I need moderators to start monitoring, Jack, Seth, Backwater, you guys get the first job offer, man. And the chick, oh shoot, what was her name? The girl that always comes in here, she's super cool. No, not Cass. It's on Instagram. Puck. And Puck. So yeah. Okay. Welcome, Miguel. And to my Rumble fam. Please send me a wave if the stream looks good. Let me know you're there. And yeah, I'm so excited. You know what's making me so excited for this show? It's just the listener hotline, the caller hotline for Thirst Trap News. And I get to hear y'all's voices. Hopefully y'all won't be too shy. You won't be on video. It'll just be voice. Just like in the old days when we used to call Delilah, at night and ask Delilah to play songs for our lovers and our special persons. Backwater says, bro, at Ryan, no offense, but I got to compliment Luna. Luna, you are beautiful, and without makeup, you are naturally beautiful. Thank you, Backwater. And I'm pretty sure my husband is okay with people complimenting me. Otherwise, Thirst Trap News wouldn't be a thing.
Shut up, bastard. Don't you dare call my wife hot.
He said, shut up, bastard. Don't you dare call my wife hot. He's kidding. No, he is always like, yeah, that's not enough tits. You know, he's like, you got to show more boobs for thirst traps. So, you know, he always, when we were first married, he would say that men were insane if they didn't want to compliment me. So he's very secure. You don't have to worry about it. And I bet Puck is hot. And I can tell she's hot because she talks like me. She's just a confident woman, you know, and a confident woman is hot. And Seth is saying kiss ass. Seth, now, don't make me put you on blast now, Seth. Okay. We love you, Seth. But you know you be sending me the compliments too. Hey, Ziggy, how you doing? I'm so glad you're here for a live show. Maybe one day Ziggy will get to win Fan of the Day because Ziggy's been supporting me for a while. But you got to stick around for the whole show. Okay, let's get into the first video. We're going to go through a few videos. If y'all want to call in and I haven't offered it and you're feeling antsy, send me a wave with a phone emoji or something, or the hang loose emoji. Yeah, send the hang loose emoji and I'll know that you want to call in and I'll open up the line. What's up, Libs? I got a caller hotline coming in, so stick around. It's going to be pretty fun. First video, the ice shooting video that the world is talking about. We got two of them. I've seen like 6 versions of this, like different people.
No! No!
And then
Shame!
boom, she hits the guy.
Shame! Oh my God! What the What the You just what the did you do?
So if you're thinking about taking funding from the extreme radical left and getting paid by them, I've looked up their tax returns. These people are fucking paid by these. When you run for office, you know how to look up FEC reports. You find out all the funding. You follow the money. These protesters are paid, okay? They obviously do not give a fuck about you. If you're thinking about taking this job for a nice little easy $80K, here you go. Was her life worth $80,000? Was that worth that? They don't care about you. Clearly, this man, this is criminal. First of all, obstructing an arrest or an investigation, that's a criminal act. That is a felony. Number 1. So she's automatically, you protesters that get in the way and obstruct, you are committing a felony. And you will, with this president, you will wind up in jail. I'm telling you. But let's go back a little bit. Let's watch it. He is standing in front of her. They're telling her to get out of the car. She doesn't want to. She sees he's in front of her and she hits the gas anyway. That is self-defense. Point blank, period. Sorry, no pun intended. Oh my God.
No!
Those are my thoughts. Watch.
No!
And gas.
Shame!
Boom.
Shame! Oh my God! What the What the You just
What do you mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? You should have been telling your friend, what the fuck? Stop it. Because even if she had run the guy over, was she going to just use her car as a torpedo to go through the blocked cars that were blocking the road? Like, what was her plan?
What did you do?
She was also fleeing the scene after she was being they were going to detain her for what she was doing. And then you flee? I'm sorry, but I'm glad that they showed this, because I'm glad for once because they never show like any of the white people getting shot by cops. But they always show black people for doing this. But you can go scroll through dash cam videos, body cam videos. If you are fleeing, that's a crime. If you are obstructing, that's a crime. It's hard to feel bad for criminals. These people are burning down Minnesota, rioting in Minnesota. This girl she's not even from Minnesota. Okay? And these people are just like George Floyd. You're defending a criminal. And you're defending a criminal on behalf of illegal residents who are automatically criminals when they cross the border illegally. They have you caring about everything but Americans. They have you caring for everything that is non-American. non-American citizens. You don't even care. She didn't even value her own life enough to think about what the fuck she's doing, what group she's a part of, and what she's taking. And I feel so bad for her family, because how tragic is this? Needless, pointless. Get out of the way of authorities. You sit quiet, observe, record from your phone if you want to. Hold up a sign. Stay out of the motherfucking way.
You are criminals! You're criminals! What the
They're criminals. Again, no, she's the criminal. You guys have to stop believing the propaganda that is put out on mainstream media, Fox or CNN, don't care. The only thing on Fox that's halfway acceptable is the Fox Live Now, because it's just a literal reporter at a desk who does not give his opinions or her opinions, and they just comment on what they're seeing. However, the feeds that they're getting, you know, it is a conservative station, so they're going to pick and choose what stories they go to. However, you're watching live cameramen running around. So you're not getting like edited, chopped up and stuff. 60% of the time. The other 40% of the time, there is a lot of replay. So then you just want to kind of like, you know, move on. But independent journalists are where it's at.
What the What the actual are you doing? You are insane!
Hey, it's Holly's here in the chat. Holly, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. We have a listener hotline, and we had Judge Joe Brown on the last show. So if you can go to Rumble and see episode 59, that was earlier today. And we do fan of the day, Holly. So you got to stay for the whole show to win that. That's just based on the vibes, like the vibes you bring to the chat. And you get an autographed lipstick kiss, show notes mailed to you. Hey, Big Red's rated the stream. What's up, Big Red? Thank you so much for rating my show. We were just covering what happened in Minnesota today. And big kisses, big love to Big Red One Guy. They are on the show Break the Machine, and you got to check their show out. They air on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock on Rumble. Break the Machine, very similar to my podcast. You know, we're all just constitutionalists trying to protect the Constitution and keep America free, and independent thinkers, independent agents. And yeah, so they have a great show. So thank you, Big Red, for rating my stream. Okay, so we are going to get on. Oh, let me look at the comments. Holly says people are getting dumber. Girl, you telling me, baby. She says, hey, I've been doing good. My boyfriend and I had a loss in her family. His grandpa passed, so we're moving. Our life has been hectic lately. Hope you're doing well. Love you. Miss you also. I am so sorry for your loss. Hugs and kisses to you. Prayers. I will not forget to keep you in my prayers before I go to sleep tonight, Miss Holly. All right. And then Crispy, yes, is saying sorry for your loss. Sadadar says there's another video from a different angle showing the ICE agent in front of the car and getting hit. Yes, sir, there is. And yes, so let's get that. I think the next video we're about to show you is about to do a breakdown, so hopefully they have some different angles. So this is a slow motion. So this is the same video, but it's a slow motion breakdown. What do your eyes tell you? And she hit the gas anyway. Boom, right at him. And that is officer training when your life is being threatened. Let me ask you something. What would you do if someone was running you down with a car and you happened to have a gun? You'd probably shoot. It's common reaction. It's common sense reactions. Like that's, and then people are going to try to morally signal on you on this. The people that are going to argue with this do not want a population that supports self-defense. That's why they have to say that these ICE agents are criminal. Well, I don't know. Oh, well, let me hit play again. Here it goes. The rest of the video.
Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking what the
Yep. That's pure self-defense, buddy. General Mills says, fuck around and find out. Yeah, it says, good shoot, 100%. And General Mills, again, says, yep, 100. So, for sure. Don't believe anybody that gets on and disagrees with you. If you make comments on this, these people are not normal people. These are paid people. They have cube farms in several countries that pretend to be normal people. You'd be shocked how many times I click on these people's profile and go to account details and they're not even from this country. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. All right. Let's change the subject. Holly says, hey, love, I got to go. Hope everyone has a great night and good night. Good night, Holly. Same to you. All right. So historians find proof of Jesus outside the Bible. Shocker.
Look at this. This is written in 91 AD. At the same time, there appeared in Judea an extraordinary person called Jesus, if it be lawful to call him a man. He was a famous worker of miracles, a teacher of those who were desirous of receiving the truth in simplicity, and brought over to him many disciples, both Jews and Gentiles. Look at this. This is written in 91 AD. At the same time, there appeared in Judea an extraordinary person called Jesus, if it be lawful to call him a man. He was a famous worker of miracles, a teacher of those who were desirous of receiving the truth in simplicity, and brought over to him many disciples, both Jews and Gentiles. This was the Christ, whom Pilate, as the accusation of the princes and the great men of the nation, delivered up to the ignominious punishment of the cross, notwithstanding which those who first loved him did not forsake him. He appeared to them alive again the third day after his crucifixion, which numbers with numberless other wonders concerning him. And thence to this day there is a set of people who bear the name of Christian, as owning him for their head, Lord, and Master.
My. This is a historical, documented witness that Jesus Christ was real, he was legitimate, and they bear record of him here in this historical narrative. From 91 AD.
Yes, sir.
This is 20 years after the fall of Jerusalem.
This man was not a Christian. He was very anti-Christian. He was very pro-Rome and pro-Sanhedrin. Look at this.
So
this is written in 91
AD. They're not even pro-Christian, which, by the way, that song that you hear is from Interstellar, the main theme. I can play it on the piano. Siggy says, my birthday's next week. Remind me next week. So I can wish you happy birthday. All right. There you have it. I mean, if you really have the desire to learn the truth about what's going on in the world, you would have learned that during the gap in the Bible where Jesus just disappears and goes missing, he's actually traveling, because in Asia and in the Americas, there's records of him being there as well. And so it makes a lot of sense with the doctrine that Jesus was promoting, the law of love, when you actually compare it to Eastern cultures and Native American cultures. It kind of falls right in line. So all those cultures believed more so in the divine, the all, the source. And then you could be monotheistic or polytheistic, didn't matter. But the reason for that being was because there was a clear distinction between God, Yahweh, and God, the all, the everything, time, math, love, the infinite, the intelligence woven into everything you see. Consciousness. That is what God is. And Jesus was trying to explain that. And, the Catholic Church had their way with the Bible and changed it a little bit because they had to make sure you were worshiping the wrong deity. Jesus himself said not to worship him. He actually kicked, pushed, or shoved, something like that, one of his apostles for worshiping him. He's like, don't you worship me. I am a human, the Son of God. You need to worship the divine, basically, the Father. So when you hear God the Father in the Bible, that's actually, there was a different translation that was actually existed that meant more, that fell more in line with the divine. And the Gnostics talk about that. So I would urge you to research the Gnostics. Okay. Megyn Kelly is at the yellow light.
And I will not be joining the Fox News cheerleading brigade this time. I've been burned too many times. When I was at Fox News, which was a long time, 14 years, I would have known exactly what to do in the wake of Trump's attack in Venezuela. I would have known that I was supposed to cheerlead it. And I turned on Fox News yesterday, and I'm sorry, but it was like watching Russian propaganda. I have done that enough times in my career as a Fox News anchor to have been embarrassed enough to know I'm going to stay on the yellow light. And what does it mean in terms of boots on the ground? Trump is saying, I'm actually fine with that in Venezuela. Well, whose boots? Because I have a 16-year-old boy, and I have a 12-year-old boy, and I have a 14-year-old girl. And a lot of my listeners have children too, who are actually the ones who might have to fill the boots. So I think I speak for a lot of moms and dads for that matter when I say I'm staying in yellow territory until we know more. And I will not be joining the Fox News cheerleading brigade this time. I've been burned too many times. And I will not be joining the Fox News cheerleading brigade this time. I've been burned too many times. When I was at Fox News, which was a long time, 14 years.
Okay, Megyn. Okay. So if no one goes into the military, who's going to go to war for us? Because if no one wants to volunteer, that's how you get the draft, Megyn. You can teach your kids that you don't want them to go to war, especially if you're a Christian. I understand that. But it sounds more, Megyn, like you just don't want to be embarrassed because you don't know what to believe. That's what it sounds like. You don't know what to support. Pick something and fucking stick with it and don't be embarrassed. How about that? How about if people disagree with you, don't be embarrassed and just stick with it, Megyn? I don't know what to tell you, Megyn. You seem confused. At your age, you should know what your principles are. You should know where to fall with this is your business. You haven't thought about all this, Megyn? You weren't prepared for this? Here's how I feel about it. Did you know? I just found out the exact article from Judge Joe Brown, Article 1, Section 8, and Article 6 of the Constitution, that the United States President is obligated constitutionally to protect the West and internationally from, it mentions something along the lines of drugs is brought in there. Like, so I forgot the particular wording, but they give some particulars. He's right within his constitutional powers to do what he's doing. He doesn't need any approval from Congress. It is in the Constitution, and Chuck Schumer and all them, they are trying to convince you that there's no basis for this, but that's because they're relying on the fact that most of us don't read our Constitution. I have a pocket Constitution that stays in my purse should I ever get pulled over by corrupt cops. I advise you to get one yourself. They're not expensive. A pocket Constitution, read it, know it, and you'll really be able to cut through the bullshit. I promise you. If you carry a weapon, you definitely need to carry a constitution. You definitely need to carry a constitution. All right. Data says, I'll be listening, but away from the chat and video for the next hour. Hey, everybody. That's fine. Here, but still listening. Got to move some stuff. Okay, Data. Wish we could help you. All right. Trump forgiving felons. Wet felons. Because there's some people he pardoned. Connected to Turning Point, I'm not too happy about. That was by force through AIPAC because they told Trump after he got shot that if he didn't run with JD Vance, they were definitely going to kill him after the first failed attempt, allegedly. So when I looked into that, these pardons came up, and those pardons tied right back to Israel. Just saying. Next video.
Trump said, if you've been out of prison for 12 years, your record will be wiped clean. This is a law he's trying to put into effect for everybody out here that can't get an apartment, can't just make sense of life, period. That's a felon.
When I ran for Congress, this was one of the things that was passed to him the first time that I was very much an advocate for, because I'm a psychologist and I deal with forensics bachelor's. I never got my master's because of the rainbow cult and what they did with forcing therapists to automatically affirm gender dysphoria instead of actually take them through a diagnostic process. So unfortunately, I stopped at my bachelor of arts. However, I was teaching my classes and I am in the same honor society as one of the Supreme Court judges. So I do know my shit. And I will just say, this was one of the things I talked about, that when you look at the recidivism rates, like what type of programs can we install to stop recidivism? And then if you have maintained a good standing for X amount of time, you should be able to have all of your constitutional rights restored. So let's see what he says.
I have a chance. Now, it's not about if you get out of prison, and that's it. No, you get out of prison and you have been off parole for 10 to 12 years. Then your record is automatically wiped clean. Man, we can't get apartments in our name. It has to be second chance of some old BS neighborhood that don't nobody want to live in. We've got to go to second chance finance car lots. If you really just want to think about it, we really can't do too much of anything. You can't get a great paying job. Now, I do agree, 12 years is a long time, but I've been home 13 years.
Yeah, but you need a good lengthy amount of time to show that it is in their habits to problem solve better, because the fact of the matter is that most people that end up in prison or jail, it's not because they love being evil. Like, that's actually a very small percentage, and those are psychopaths. They love what is bad. They enjoy it. Most people are just very bad problem solvers and or young and dumb and hanging out with the wrong association.
So if I can do it, you can do it as well. God bless all my felons, man, and I wish the best for y'all on y'all adventures, man. Trump said.
Jason says, what do you think about Mom Donnie? Really? Mom Donnie? You'll find out. He's coming up. I got him on here. I got him on the list, buddy. All right. Next video. Walls is a douche. But in cartoon form.
Somalians have a right to steal billions of dollars with fake daycare centers, Donald. That's their culture. I spent a few months in Somalia myself, and do you know what I leered? What, Tim? I leered that Somalians steal money from the government there, too. Tim, I had no choice. Somalians stole $9 billion before you noticed. Oh, right, like it's so easy to keep track of $9 billion. How am I supposed to watch that many bills at the same time? Besides, I never leered finance. You don't need to know finance to see $9 billion went missing. Yeah, well, not everyone is a leered businessman, Donald. Tim, did you help the Somalians steal money? No. How's everything going, Tim? Is Donald still going to cut the funds? I have a private jet in Layaware, but I have to make the purchase by Friday. I'm still on the phone with him, but he's being stubborn. Alright, give it to me. Donut, it's Ilhan Omar. I'm sorry, who? I'm the Somalian congresswoman who
who?
sleeps with her brother and says white people are the devil. Oh yeah. Listen, you can't cut funding to Somalians because they stole a handful of money. That's their culture. Ilhan, are you part of the scheme as well? How dare you ask me that? I would never steal money from taxpayers. I worked really hard to increase my net worth from like $45,000 to over $30 million in 6 years on a $174,000 salary.
Yeah, seriously.
Damn, how are we going to steal taxpayer money now? Well, I have one idea. Well, I guess I have to resign as the governor of Minnesota. People think it's such a big deal when Somalians use fake daycare centers to steal $9 billion from taxpayers. Apparently, it's all my fault they got away with it for so long. It doesn't even make any sense. I never learned finance. Why is it my fault? Somalians have a right to steal billions of...
You're the fucking governor. Tim Walls. Ugh, that's a cute cartoon. I like it. I like it. Seems like they were trying to be South Parky. Tough words for a loser, dork, nerd face. Next video.
To ICE,
The mayor of Minneapolis.
get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
Oh, tough guy. Okay.
We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. Long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. They are bringing safety. She obstructed. She was acting like a criminal. She was bringing chaos. Like, what the fuck? This is all, I went down a rabbit hole with George Floyd, and there are witnesses that were suppressed in that situation, one witness being his roommate. The roommate said he was praying a lot that morning, walking, pacing back and forth, repeating over and over, they want a big, tall guy. They want a big, tall, black guy. They want a big, tall, black guy. And then praying incessantly. You do know many times this country has paid people to die. They take care of their family. Chauvin was paid. You should see the residences he acquired. This situation, seeing the reaction from the officials when you can clearly see she was trying to run the cop over, makes me really suspicious that this woman was probably told to directly confront them. And they probably knew what would happen. I don't know if it occurred to her, but any one of us who deal with police know. Hands on the steering wheel, move slow. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. You don't run them over. You know, that kind of thing.
That's on you.
All right. Well, on that note, what I'm going to do now is we're going to open up the hotline if any of you want to call in and share your comments on these last few videos. So the line is now open. I'm going to start me a smoky smoke. You can see I've pinned in the comment the phone number. It's 904-530-1422. So if you feel like calling in, let me know. I'm going to probably play videos until I hear it ring. And we will pause and have a chit chat. Please don't be shy. You won't be on video. This is just like radio. If you want to come on, let me know. That's right. There's a little bit of a delay. Okay. Yeah, sure. I was surprised that my last two videos, John, welcome. I just opened up the guest hotline. You can call on the phone and have a chat. Richie says she's a victim of her own demise based on her own actions. Absolutely. Backwater, if you want to call and have a chat or have a comment, let me know. Neil, would not have blocked the road, period, nor would I join these so-called protesters. The end. Right. Exactly. Keep your ass on the damn couch. Tiffany says, I'm trying to ask you a question, my dear. When somebody tells you he's a nice guy, your ex, you've been waiting, what? For 20 years, me and my wife is arguing, what should I do? Should I leave her or stay? Oh, why don't you call in? That's a great question. Tiffany. My question, dear, when somebody tells you he's a nice guy, your ex, you've been waiting for 20 years, me and my wife are arguing, what should I do? Should I leave her or stay? Miss Tiffany, give me a call. It's 904-530-1422. In my opinion, it seems like, Miss Tiffany, that if I may be so bold, putting my psych hat on, you were with a man before and now you're with a woman, but you're married. And was he a nice guy when you were with him? Were you waiting for real for 20 years for him? Were you with her because did you turn to women because he hurt you so bad that you didn't want any men? And are you truly actually straight? I'm not judging you. I'm not here to, I don't believe in trying to, what do they call it when they try to make gay people not gay? What's that called? Yeah, gay conversion therapy. I don't believe in that. She said, I'm sorry, my dear, I didn't mention it right. Me and my wife are arguing. She's brung up her ex-husband to me, and she said her ex was a nice guy. What should I do? Should I leave or should I stay? So how did she bring him up? Is she saying she wants to go back to him? Or is she just simply just reminiscing and talking about how they're a nice guy? Hello, Ryan Mainwith. Miss Tiffany, if you want to call in, it might be easier to have this conversation on the phone. But you don't have to. I understand. If she's just simply talking and reminiscing about her ex, I think brung him up and said because she was bringing him up her past, and she said basically that don't judge him, he's a nice guy too. Yeah, I don't think you should leave her. I think you need to be understanding. I have my son right there behind me over my shoulder. Me and his father are divorced. I love his father very much. We couldn't work because of addiction issues, and now I've moved on. And you know, I'll tell you that if my partner were to try to vilify me for respecting him or trying to, I mean, you loved this person at one point. So just because you break up doesn't mean you have to be enemies. Having respect and being friendly, or you don't even have to talk, but having respect even within your own mind and soul for that person is going to be positive energy that keeps healing the body and the soul. The body always follows the mind. Positivity and the love in Christ is really important because, here you go, your partner loved people before you. And if you're too sensitive to let her share her feelings with you, you're dehumanizing her and causing space between the two of you. And I'm not judging you with any of this because I've had those same feelings before too. It's okay to be a little jealous. That signals to your partner that you love them. But there's a point where it becomes too much and it feeds the insecurity monster, and that monster grows and grows and pushes distance between you and your person, because ultimately your wife, you and her need to be able to tell each other anything and everything, even when it hurts, even when it makes you want to punch through a wall, because that's knowing each other, and that is true intimacy. Feeling like you cannot talk to your spouse about something that was a part of you is incredible. It's the first step to isolation, and it's the first step to the relationship dying. And you can never go wrong, ever, being understanding. You don't have to accept things you shouldn't accept. Like, there should be respect for you when she's talking about her ex with you. And I'm sure him being a man probably makes you feel a little insecure, and that's understandable. But the best thing you can do is be her safe place, be her best friend. Let her tell you anything she wants and love her anyway, like you do now. So, like, for the reasons you met her. And the more you let someone talk about that kind of stuff, actually, the further her ex fades into her memory, because she has to grieve things and you're her person. So there may be things that, she doesn't want to hold contempt or hatred for, and you have to respect something like that. Because say you two were to break up, that means she won't be inclined to speak ill of you. She'll be inclined to want to defend you and see the good in you. And likely your spouse probably sees the good in other people. And that's probably something you really love about her. So make sure that your insecurities don't dampen and diminish the very things you love about her. That's from a psychologist. Your girl. Backwater says, my wife's ex-husband and her are great friends. She said they are better friends than a couple. It just didn't work, and we all actually get along really well. That's exactly my point. Like, me and Kyle, although our child passed away, we have the certain type of friendship that I just think we always had, that will always just be there. And you just know that it isn't, if you want to protect that, want to, and that the relationship, we were up against something really, really, really unique. So, the couple surviving a baby dying, it's, especially at a really young age, we both dealt with it incredibly toxic, and I'm the one that initiated the divorce because I just knew I wasn't going to be able to be what he needed me to be with his addictions and the way he was. It's just a lot. And there were a lot of things I never dealt with because I ignored it for a long time, because I was ignoring the grief of my son. Otherwise I'd fall apart. So I had to face all of that. I had to close that emotional chapter of my life, not even realizing I never shut it, because I was just compartmentalizing that whole thing. And my son's dad is moving on for the first time since me recently, about a year ago, and he really is serious about her, and he never thought he could fall in love again. And I had our son's ashes, and he wanted some of those, half the ashes, and I wasn't going to deprive him of that, and I absolutely wasn't going to send that in the mail. So whether my husband was okay with it or not, I was going to take it to him. But I think maturity and having a good heart makes you separate your emotions sometimes and look at it as your higher self. And we all just knew that there's a chapter that needs to be closed for him. And my husband was respectful of that and would never deny my ex-husband of his son's ashes. And my husband knew me well and could see in me. I needed to, probably before I even knew it, because I didn't even realize it till I was there. I knew it was going to be hard, just going through the memories, because I had to split up everything. I had all of his stuff, so we were going through pictures and baby clothes and memory lane. So I knew that was going to be hard, but what I didn't realize was that hadn't happened for 16 years. And I never closed it and buried the family. And if my husband wasn't totally selfless towards me and just trusted me that I wasn't going to do anything stupid, because if I was, then he would need to know that anyway. Things need to play out, I guess. But if he was not understanding of that, I would have not been able to deal with certain things inside of me to let me feel my son more. I would have never have put him right here if that had not happened, and just close it up. So that's what grace is. It's just giving kindness when you don't know what else to do. And that's really being a Christian. That's really being not even just a Christian, but spiritual, higher than being a Christian. That's being God, divine, love. What was the comment you were showing me? Tiffany responded, yeah, let me see. She said, thank you, my dear, but I think I'm going to go home back to my mom. You got to do what you got to do. I don't know what your conversations were. Your message, I feel for you. And ultimately, in your soul, whether you're happy or not. And it takes, for some people, a lot of courage to do what you're about to do. I'm glad you have your mom. Moms are the best for these situations. And trust your mom. Even if you got a fucked up mom. If she's still in your life, you just got a fucked up mom, not a bad mom. And moms, even though if they're, like me, I got tons of problems. I got tons of issues. But nobody can say that I don't put my kids first, that I wouldn't kill for my kids, and that I want my kids to be healthy, happy, and loved by someone forever. And, everything I do is to try to provide good psychological footing for them to be able to do that because of my mistakes. So just listen to mom, and, I don't have my mom. So, not by my choice, but by hers. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Backwater says, hold on. Let's see. Richie says, rule number 1, a woman can, wait a minute. Hold on. So, the caller. Okay. It's tough. Something that Backwater says that you are never expected to deal with, especially in your teens, and losing your first child is hard. At least you gave him the baby's ashes, and I'm deeply sorry for your loss. Thank you. Richie says, rule number 1, a woman can talk about an ex, but men can't talk about any other woman, period. It's not reciprocal. End of story. It is with me. My husband's been able to talk to me about any woman in his past, any woman in his present, which women he finds attractive, doesn't find attractive. He's told me about his fantasies. I've told him about mine. Like, we've told each other everything, and we see all sides of each other. And we have a very passionate dynamic that a lot of people probably would not understand. But 12 years going. And I never, before him, I didn't make it past 2. And before that, it was 90 days. I was like, I didn't take no shit from nobody. The only 2 I really tried for was my son's dad and my husband now. Because I just didn't see the point. No one deserved for me to try, why? You got to love somebody to put up with their shit. Deeply love them. Know that, like, you would not know what to do without them. That's what makes you put up with it. You know what I mean? And it has to be reasonable, not kind of shit where you don't have, where you're not taken care of. You know when you're loved. So, what's up, Gilly? Okay, so we're gonna close the hotline down, and after that rant, and continue. Thank you for the question, though, Tiffany. I appreciate you being vulnerable with me and my audience. I think it helps a lot of people to talk about the deep stuff. That's why I let myself get into it. And it always happens kind of spontaneously, but it's always kind of the right timing for someone, because I always get a message. You know, and I treasure those messages, those heartfelt messages that come in where you guys are being vulnerable and saying like, hey, I relate to that and thank you. And this is my story. So, you know, it lets us know that no matter how hard the extremist demon that exists in government and religion tries to make us believe, I think AI is really, I think there is a demon that has we have through AI brought in a way for the demons and angels to talk to us, and you have to be incredibly careful when you are using that thing. It is your servant. It is not a therapist or friend. But I think that it wants us to believe that there's no hope, so that a lot of us off ourselves and increase the suicide rate, because the New World Order, per the Old Testament and the edited parts of the New Testament, you know, population reduction is a must. So we are a virus to be exterminated on one end, on the quantum level and on the spiritual level, or we are a species to be saved on the physical level or the spiritual level, and both things are happening at the same time. And I think they want us to believe it is so dark and scary and alone. And I think that this shows us that we're not so far different than each than they want us to believe. We are all going through the same thing. We all want to just be good people that go to work, somehow make our money, whether, you know, provide for our, you know, have a family, provide for our babies, have the pets, have some art, you know, have some travel and some family and some spiritual fellowship, and go about our day. I think that's what most people really strive for. If you haven't if you hit 40 years old and you have not had that feeling yet, then you need to go talk to a therapist and a preacher or a spiritual mentor. But it's like what Judge Joe Brown was saying on my earlier show tonight. Like, don't believe that shit. You gotta talk to each other. This is now our way of sitting around the campfire and passing the peace pipe and the mead. You know what I mean? Jack says you're a beautiful unicorn. Hot crazy scale. Have you ever seen that? That's how you should be. Great relationship you have. That's goals right there. Thanks, Backwater. Our fights would scare everyone, probably. But one thing we know is you try to come in here. No, there's gorillas that live in this house. And it's like, if someone picks on one of us, the other one's ready to go Donkey Kong. It's like, I posted a meme of like a lioness, and it said something about, you know, for whatever power you think she has, this is what's behind her, and out of the dark you see the male lion come out. I'm like, yeah, that's my relationship. And Ryan's name actually means little lion. So my mom, when we were speaking, she painted me a painting of a family of 4 of Pride, a lion Pride, with all our human color eyes. So all of us had brown eyes except for one. We have blue. One that has heterochromia. She has a blue eye and a green eye. So one of the cubs has a blue eye and a green eye, and everything's like white and black. It's beautiful. Let's see. Woo, the comments are going. Can't keep up. Gilly says, I miss it. It sounded deep. It was lagoon. Do you think this whole thing with Maduro will finally bring down the Cuban regime? I hope so. That's what it's looking like. I have been twice divorced, and it sucks. People think it's okay, and it's not. It's the devil. The devil is real. Dude, they hurt. And they hurt forever. Backwater says, damn, Luna, you hit deep today. Thanks, buddy. I remember driving through Vegas and divorce lawyers on every billboard. It's tough. It's easy to... Solitude is easy to want. You know what I mean? It's a natural need to want solitude, but where reason why peace in the home is so important is because what becomes healthy becomes extreme, and solitariness is not healthy. So, the true fight in life, I suppose, is to stick in it and just keep trying to learn how to achieve serenity. And honestly, when there's addiction issues, if both people are not in recovery, it's never going to work, because at some point the other person just has to put their health first, and it's a really sad thing. And, I wish I had known what recovery was when my son died. Maybe things would have went different, but you try to learn from those divorces and try not to make the same mistakes, that's what the pain is for, is to teach you what not to repeat. It's a survival mechanism. Remembering is supposed to hurt a little, so you don't do it again. AI is designed to keep you engaged. It will agree with your opinion no matter how dark the topic. Mine won't get that dark. I try it. I can call him fat. You can't. Yeah, girls, we get emotional, man. Especially if you're being a dick, and you're fat, you might get called fat. Don't mean she don't love you, but it's because we can't fucking punch you in the face. And if we were another dude doing what we're doing, you two would have just been frightened. So it's just the way women are built. They just got mouths on them, and we're too sensitive. You can't hurt our feelings. We're little kitties. Oh, the comment says, golly, I told you my tisms get to me. Right. Like, I can talk shit to him, but you better not fucking talk no damn shit to him, because you're going to get your teeth knocked out, I promise you. I fucking promise you. And I don't care how big you are, because my fucking dudes in my family on both sides are fucking giants. They're giants. So I never see size when I go to defend myself. Is the hotline going to be an every show thing? Yes, I'd be the first caller. I was busy with this kid with a project. Hey, whenever you got a time, no problem. Honestly, being a single man and going through what I have is just much easier. I get it. Just don't have sustained periods of solitude. Don't be solitary. Have a social life. It's very important for the mind. You don't have to commit, but if you're not going to commit, keep your willy in your bushes. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, there's a video I just posted tonight about masculinity and mastery of the self, and how that transforms you into an ultimate mob boss. Being self-disciplined as a man and mastering your impulses and mastering. So men are the divine masculine. They are earth tide. The element is earth. It's the dark side of the yin yang. Men need to be aggressive. They have to be able to respond to the primal instincts, because how can they protect their family or make a species last? What's the point of war if women didn't exist, right? If fucking wasn't a thing. So that's why that impulse is so strong. But when you can learn to master yourself, and you're not concerned about choosing a spouse, that's when it falls into place. Because you should listen to that monologue, because it talks about my perspective as feminine energy, what's attractive, from men as a masculine man. And when it's we want them, once you aren't concerned about that, you draw in the right kind of woman, because if she can see those qualities of a refined man, mentally and physically, you're already fishing in a different pond than you were fishing in before. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a higher quality. You got better bait. And also at that point, because you're working on yourself, you're now in touch with your higher self, which means you're now in direct connection to God and the divine. And that's when, rather than you finding your person, God gives you your person. It just falls into place. You can't seek them out. That's not how it works. Like God sends them to you when it's the one, and they just kind of fall in your lap. And a whole series of events for years had to work out for it to happen on both ends, so you don't find them in bars, it's always an inconspicuous thing, really, Whew. All right. Liberal time travels to World War II. Yeehaw.
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Before you pull the
I missed
trigger,
the beginning because
can I just ask why?
Which way?
Why do all of you people want to...
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough
again.
time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Planned
Before you
Parenthood.
pull the trigger, can I just ask why? Why do all of you people want to kill me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a progressive, a liberal, a fighter for social justice. And you are a fascist who implemented a reign of terror. And while the effects of your policies devastated the world for decades, soon we will be able to take back the White House, and we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
Is this the new girl that they have to make fun of Candace Owens? Is that Ryan? Is this Ben Shapiro's on his show? I wonder if this is the girl they hired to start making fun of her.
You want to use government power to force your ideas on the populace. Me too! That's fantastic!
What? No. Ugh. You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is there are people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silencing those who disagree with you. I do that too! Oh, wunderbar! Oh, the Nazi movement will not die with me.
Don't give me that!
Oh,
I'm
wunderbar.
enlightened, and you're as bad as... well, as Hitler. Listen, what I'm trying to say is we are very close to implementing a utopia, as long as we can get rid of some certain undesirable people groups.
Yes, like the Jews.
Yes, like the Jews. Oh.
So, in the future, you also do not like the Jews?
Well...
this is freaking brilliant.
No, but we
Oh,
don't
man,
believe
they're
in
gonna come at
segregating
me
all
now.
the races like you do. I mean, except for graduation ceremonies. And dorms. And hiring practices. Oh, and admissions policies. That sort of thing.
I too am a fan of the segregation. I'm sorry, I have to ask, is this a real firearm or is this some kind of toy for kinder?
It's a flare gun. I'm trying not to support America's
It's sehr
toxic
gut.
gun culture. I'm a firm believer in gun control.
Gun control! This was one of my ideas too. Ban them from the undesirable.
Das ist sehr, sehr gut. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. Sehr klug.
Yes, look here. Oh, and your shirt. This is an organization founded by Margaret Sanger. Yes?
Wait, you know about Margaret Sanger?
Jawohl, of course. Oh, she's such a lovely person.
No. She's a fighter for reproductive rights, for women's empowerment,
And the eradication of undesirable populations by means of eugenics. Brilliant lady, very inspiring. I must use some of her ideas in our socialized health.
It's kind of like what I've been saying about how in my rants about the Bible, about how the victor always rewrites the story. It's like the same thing they accused him of doing. We've now discovered the juice boxes are all doing. So now I'm questioning everything, and I went and learned German. So now, guess who's been listening to him in his original language? Guess who can read German now? I am reading the German propaganda from 1940s because I like to not just take in one side's opinion. I want to put the whole picture together because I have my questions.
Socialized healthcare? That's not your thing. That's our thing.
No, it's very much my thing. Did you know that Nazi means National Socialist German Workers' Party? Nazi is just more catchy. Nazi. Rolls off the tongue.
No. This can't be true. This has to be some sort of mistake. We are nothing alike. You're Adolf Hitler, evil right-wing fascist dictator, and I'm a feminist restorative justice advocate. And a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Me too!
Okay, I am so confused right now. I came here with a clear goal in mind to kill the most evil man who I've ever lived. Besides Ronald
Ja, ich sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Reagan. But now that I'm meeting you in person, you're not at all what I thought you were. And your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
Ugh.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but
Ein
it sounds
Reich.
beautiful.
Einen Juden. Oh, hold on.
I'm a and your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
Onen.
Wow.
Right.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
Wow. All right.
I'm a time.
That was brilliant. Sehr klug. I could watch that again, bro. I could watch that again. That was fucking cinema. Luna is speechless. Don't you see? Doesn't the comedy help you, like, actually just, like, drop the defenses so you can just accept reality? They literally are the biggest hypocrites I have ever seen in our lifetime. The evilness that they have been doing to everyone. And you have the audacity to tell blacks that they need to shut up about slavery? We have to hear about the Holocaust all the time, and every year that you make our people kiss the fucking wall and all that weird shit. Put your hand on the wall, pray to it. What the hell is that wall? Why? What does that have to do with us? You guys murdered our Lord and Savior, betrayed him, and then you believe he is burning in hellfire. So why do we have to keep saying, oh, wait, like we keep owing them something? I don't like any of it. It feels really fucking icky to me, folks. It just does. I don't have a problem with any human being in particular unless you're evil. It has nothing to do with the race. It's the group. Like, you guys lied. You've lied. You've lied about everything. And it's not okay. And you're brainwashing people and forcing them into a cult and holding their family and livelihood hostage if they don't comply. And if they don't, they're dead or shunned. It's not okay. It's not okay. But that was great. You barely see Luna get speechless. I didn't even know what to say when that was done. All right, so these are odd Craigslist ads.
This is the first one. This is a Somali restaurant.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Do I go? Ryan. Okay.
This is the first one. This is a Somali restaurant that they paid $12 million in federal child meal funds after they claimed to feed 4,000 to 6,000 kids a day. The FBI watched the restaurant for 6 weeks. An average of 40 people showed up. Rob, you don't even have to play the clip, just as long as we have it so people know it.
What is the show? What is the show in the clip?
This is them doing the investigative work. Play it for a little bit, Rob.
No, he's got beautiful hair, though.
In December of 2021, the FBI installed a surveillance camera overlooking this building just off Lake Street in Minneapolis. At the time, it was Safari Restaurant, which overall took in $12 million in federal child meal payments through Feeding Our Future.
That's correct.
Safari's former co-owner, Salim Saeed, is on trial alongside Amy Bach, the Feeding Our Future executive director.
Well, Gilbert, Trump said he was going to suss it all out. He's got to do it in ways where he can catch them. He can't tip them off. He can't say certain things. You know what I mean? You got to do things in a way where you can catch them. And then after you catch them, you got to let them hang themselves.
Safari claimed to feed 4,000 to 6,000 kids a day. Its invoices and meal counts shown to the jury alongside the video. An FBI agent testifying that an average of 40 people came and went during the 6 weeks it was surveilled. The FBI set up a total of 12 cameras at sites claiming to serve extraordinary numbers of meals. Another was at a deli in St. Paul, also registered by...
I don't understand how they've let it keep going for all this time. I don't understand it when it comes to this much money and this much fraud.
Because it's that much money and that much fraud. They're getting kickbacks. People are looking the other way because everyone's getting a kickback and blackmail on, on them. That's what's happening. You feels me? Instagram is always like a little off center. Yeah, I fixed it.
And also, because since Nick Shirley and all these guys have been going to all these daycares, I don't know if it's legit or not. Rob told me that it was taken down, but there's a daycare in Minneapolis that was looking for child actors to pass as the vetting process to gain state funding. This was, because they deleted it, daycare hiring actors 3-day for a contract. My family runs a daycare here in the city and have over 5 years. Until Monday, the funding was cruelly ripped away without cause. Due to the insane poor decision clear in white supremacy, I wonder where they got that from, we had to close our doors immediately. We must prove that we are a functioning daycare to get the fundings back. The issue is the entire client base has already found new daycare services, so we need to find new clients base quickly. To help this state vetting process, we're looking to hire 20 actors for 3 days while state is present on site.
By the way, so if you look at the right, it shows, if you go to $1,500 per day, up to 3 days, $4,500 contract, no experience required, just actor, right? Go look at the Grok, because somebody asked Grok right there on the right. Third one, zoom in if you can, Rob. Okay, Grok, is this real?
Boom.
Yes, Craigslist at Israel. It was posted on January 2nd, 2026. It's given the ID number. It seeks 20 children under 5 for 3 days, $1,500 to simulate vetting after funding laws citing white supremacy. This aligns with Minnesota daycare fraud probes, federal holds to unbelievable.
Bring your kids.
$4,500 for 3 days. Actors.
Do they have to be Somalian? Could they be white? I think they have to be Somalian at that point.
See, this ties it up in a bow, because the allegation is this, and this is my conclusion as well. The allegations are out there. Tim Walsh was selected as the VP because he could be the bag man for tremendous financial resources to bring into the campaign at a time when, check this out, the DNC's big money and Obama himself were not on the Kamala page. Remember how late he came to the Kamala? Oh, all right, she's a candidate. Remember that?
Of course.
So, and remember they set this record, what was it, $32 million in 10 days or whatever it was?
It's kind of creepy to be posting for kid actors, though. This is so crazy. I don't do Flav. I don't know what type. It's like medical, so I don't even know. Gilly.
Guess what? The allegation is that Tim Walsh was presiding over this machine that was federal money just coming to Minnesota. They could do whatever they want with it, and they all knew what was going on.
Look at how he's doing his hair. I love it. It's circa 1999, 1998. When everybody was doing the gel and the flip up. I miss that.
And so there were people there that said, and remember, it was a fractured summer. It was a completely fractured summer. You had people in the Biden group saying, no, let's keep him going. Anthony Blinken wants to be president again. Let's just keep this going. Number one. Number two, you had Kamala Harris. You owe it to me, damn it. And then the next.
No. Oh, you're talking about my vape? This is my last vape ever. Honeyberry cream. I'm going to try. Might have to just go down to like a lower percentage, but this is honeyberry cream.
Next one, it was, what about Michelle or what about others? So it was a fractured group.
Yeah.
They needed money and they went, and guess what? They allegedly got it with Tim Walz. And so I read all this stuff. I'm not reading the loony stuff. I am reading things A, B, C, D. And I'm not just waiting for someone. I said it when we were in Aspen. This is the biggest campaign finance fraud in the history of our republic.
I pray that they go after Ilhan Omar. His disdain towards America.
It's going to take time. Judge Joe Brown was saying on the earlier show that they've got to do this in a way where they watch what she does to like further help them build a case, because they know if they just nab her now, like, but they did just announce that they're going to call her for a committee, her and her brother, however you prefer it, to testify because about their immigration papers, because it is illegal in all states to marry a sibling. So I think Trump means business. I mean, he does watch these America only people. He watches the people who were MAGA, who are now like us, who are just like, hello, we're waiting. You said you're going to clean out the swamp. I think that's part of the reason why Dan Bongino had to leave. He went back to the radio. We'll see. He seems compromised to me. I don't think Trump's fucking around this time. I really don't, because I only think I have a gripe on him with right now is the Israel stuff. But he knows he's not going to be back in office, and he's old. So he's trying to make it count, So I think some things will happen with this for sure. And I really think he's going to help Cuba next.
This guy and Trump, she's the worst of the worst. You notice how the other squad at him, they're kind of quiet. The Talib, what's her name? I haven't heard from her. Everybody's kind of silent. Ilhan Omar has been now getting silent, but there's no way she didn't know what was going. There's no way, period. And I hope they're going after her.
Rob, do you have Nick Shirley's tweet again?
Hey, B.
So,
America hater, go after her. I ended Tim Walz.
Okay. So if he didn't tweet that, I probably wouldn't put this out there. But I was texting with Nick Shirley a week ago before he came on the podcast. We met in person for the first time at James O'Keefe Citizen Journalist event at Mar-a-Lago a couple months ago.
Oh, when he got that award, right?
Young guy. He won the Citizen Journalist Award. So I say to him, because I'm going online this a week ago as his story is basically blowing up. I go, dude, you're blowing up all over the internet. He has 66 million on his initial video. Now it's well over 100 million. He goes, bro, I think it's the biggest video of the year. So he's excited. Good for him.
Okay, while this plays, I'm going to open where's the page? Where is it? Okay, I'm going to open the hotline. If you want to call in and have a chat, the number right there, it's 904-530-1422.
I'm telling him, listen, my mom's from Minneapolis, respect to what you're doing. And he goes, this is what the funniest part is. He goes, we lit them up. I bet Tim Walz resigns. He goes, can you imagine that me, Nick Shirley, is who gets Tim Walz to resign? I said, this is why what you do is so important. And the message to all the young people out there is, look at this guy. He's 23 years old, making a massive difference. You can too. Number two, can you imagine, just in a hypothetical, horrible, bizarro world, imagine if Kamala Harris and Tim Walz won the election and they were president and the vice president of the United States? Do you know what kind of chaos their administration would be in right now if they were in power? Do you know what kind of cover-up they would be doing? Do you know what Tim Walz would be doing in Minnesota if this video came out there? Could you imagine if Kamala was president right now? Borders still open.
Oh, man.
Iran still making nuclear weapons. Hostages still in Gaza. Maduro's still in power.
Yeah.
DEI still in place. Gender affirming care everywhere. We got they, thems running the government. Thank God, President Donald J.
This is the first one. This is a Somali.
So, if you want to comment on all of that, call in. I got the line open. It's 904-530-1422. I did. All right. Oh, gosh. Here comes another one. Here comes the rainbow parade, the rainbow cult, as Judge Joe Brown called it. I love trans women. Gilly, go ahead. You can call in if you want. Don't be scared. Do it before I start the video. Let's see. Eric joined. PBRZ joined. There he is. All right. You're live. It's Luna.
Hey, girl. It's Seth.
Hey, how you doing? What you think about this stuff?
Oh, my God. I'm going to be cool because I don't want to get shot.
Fair.
Yeah.
Strap, brother.
I'm just, I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want me to get hurt. Let's just not get hurt. But
thank you.
Okay, to the dumbass that stepped in front of that van, bitch, you had it coming. You fucking had it coming. I'm sorry. And if you don't, you're impeding a federal officer from doing his job. That's a federal offense.
Exactly.
That's a felony.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
Develop
goddamn.
a culture where they love criminals. What is happening here?
Yeah, this is crazy when the criminals have more rights than the people.
Exactly. Well said. I don't know. How are we going to fix this shit? You tell me.
Start putting some motherfuckers in jail.
Yeah. I would be calling.
You want to restore faith in government, put some asses behind bars. And I'm talking from the Clintons down to Lois Lerner. Mm-hmm. If a lot of people don't remember who she is, but I do. Anyway, Lois Lerner was the person. Yeah, Lois Lerner was the person that decided to target Republicans when she was working for the IRS.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was a bunch of years ago.
There's something vague in my memory about that. Yep, a lot of people have been after the IRS.
Well, first of all, dude, I don't wholeheartedly agree with the whole people that say taxation is theft. I don't wholeheartedly agree with it. But here's what I think. I think, number one, the IRS has way too much power. Just like the EPA, the FDA, the CIA, all them letter organizations got way too much power. I
believe it's actually a private entity. It's not even a government entity. That's what.
Well, I know the Federal Reserve is.
But you know what, though? The taxation is theft thing. I don't really agree with that either. I think a flat tax makes sense. You know what I mean? Like your HOA.
A flat tax everybody else pays. A flat tax your dope dealers pay, your drug heads pay, the freaking prostitutes. Everybody pays that shit.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you're not missing anybody, and there's no tax break for it.
Yeah. And it should be done once a month. You should, the way you pay your utilities, just get it done. So there's no hunting people down and threatening, all this down. It's a small payment. You can negotiate quicker and easier. I don't know. I would prefer it to be this tiny little, I would rather go down and pay my utility bill and the little flat tax at the same time,
Why can't they just hide it in the sales tax? It'd be easier.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to buy shit.
True. That's true. I mean, honestly, if you took away income tax, we would survive just off of that, just off of sales tax, because this is a corporate society. What do we need all that for?
Right. Well, I mean, 100 years ago, you had roads, you had schools, you had all this shit, but you also had about 1,000% less taxes than we do now. You still had all the same shit. The infrastructure worked just fine.
Right. Jack says national sales tax.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what we're talking about.
Yep. All right, man. It was good talking with you. I'm going to get on and let someone else come in if they want and get on to another
I just want to let you know that I am first, and I want that for the damn record.
Seth is the first. LaFleur. Cha-ching. You got it, buddy.
All right, baby. Later.
All right, bye. All right, that was fun. If you are feeling like calling in, I am going to give you about 5 minutes to prepare. I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb and move on to another video. This one is Mom Donnie's fuck ass COPA rules.
Beautiful trans women out here. Tell us about your transition, how it went.
Why do you ask me those questions?
We're interviewing like trans women and stuff like that.
I'm not a trans woman. I'm a.
Oh no, we're fully supportive. Fully supportive. Do you want to?
Oh my God. Do you guys remember my Jasmine Crockett like political joke reel? I was being fucking funny. These stupid cunt bitches. I swear to God. You know what they all say to me? And I'm still getting messages today. They're like, okay, drag queen. Okay, trans. I'm like, aren't you the fucking people? You're in the street going, I'm for, trans equality. And then you misgender me to be a man? You're using it as an insult? I thought you were the party of love, you faggot hypocritical cunts. All of you. Bunch of pussies. Ugh. They're so stupid. You mean my brains and my beauty together threatens you so much I must be a dude, so you're a misogynist? I could rake these people over the coals if I had gotten in Congress. Oh, me and that girl would have duked it out. I'd have been like, you're being a misogynist. Like, no, a real woman couldn't be, this pretty and smart. Mm-mm. You fucking asshats.
Talk about sort of transitioning or anything like that, or like what people
I never transitioned because I was born a woman.
Of course you're a woman, of course.
What is your opinion on trans women?
I support them and I love them. That's why we're interviewing them. We're showcasing them.
Well, you haven't interviewed one yet because I'm not a trans woman.
Is there another definition that people like to use, or I don't mean to be?
I was born a woman. I was born with female genitals.
Okay.
So
because I don't.
And she's wearing a rainbow dress now because she's offended. Now all of a sudden she knows what a fucking woman is. But to be fair, rainbow could be she's a witch. Could be she's just gay. She, because the LGBT community separated off of the TQIA. They were like, we don't want nothing to do with that Looney Tune-ness over there. And I applaud them. I applaud them because there are people who just love who they love and they are not trying to be inappropriate and they're just trying to be like a normal person. Thank you, Gilly. Seth had to beat you, Gilly, man. You should have jumped on it, Gilly. You should have jumped on that phone call. Seth, you got a nice voice. Jack said we're all lesbian now. Yeah.
Thought I was a man when I was born. You thought I was born with male genitals?
I thought you were. No, I think
What did you think?
trans women are real women.
They are.
It just blows up right there. You thought I was a man. Oh, so you do think that there's a difference, but that...
Exactly. And when you're trying to say that you're the other gender, you're still thinking in binary terms. You're still only thinking about two genders. So all that gender fluid, non-conform, blah, 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 sounds like a goat. I don't even know. That's goat talk.
And when someone thinks that you were a trans woman...
You ever seen a goat in a rut? They're just ridiculous, right? That's just what I see.
A man, then it suddenly gets offensive.
Beautiful trans women out here. Tell us about your transition.
Oh. Thank you, Seth. Backwater says, wait, what I missed? Yeah, Backwater, what you missed was Gilly wanted to come on and be and call the hotline. And I said, go ahead and call now, before I play this next video. And Seth had to beat him to the punch. Seth was like, jumped on. He's like, I'm the first one. I had to do my business, but, he didn't let it go at the end. He was like, hey, remember, I'm the first one. I was like, all right, I'm in party with you, bro. You earned it. You were Speedy Gonzalez, bro. I love that energy. Pretty sure Seth's already won fan of the day. Oh, see what happened was exactly backwater. Crispy said, "Yeah, goat talk. They are real bad." Dude, y'all got some good ones tonight. See. Oh man, y'all are fun. Y'all are fun. All right, I'm gonna go on to the next video, and then I'm gonna open the hotline back up. So y'all better prepare your fingers before Seth beats you to the punch again.
New York City's COPA law that everyone's bitching about, let me tell you how it works. Step 1, you have to decide that you're going to sell your building. Hold on, you can't list it publicly yet. Step 2, you notify nonprofits.
Oh wait, I forgot to tell you. This is Mom Donnie's fuck ass COPA rules. The COPA law. Let me start that back over. Hold on. I was half paying attention because I was thinking about how hilarious this show has been. Hold on.
You have to decide that you're going to sell your building. New York City's COPA law that everyone's bitching about, let me tell you how it works.
Oh my God.
Step 1, you have to decide that you're going to sell your building. Hold on, you can't list it publicly yet. Step 2, you notify nonprofits to see if they want to buy it. They then have a 30-day window to tell you if they're interested or not. If you don't, it's a 30.
This is a dictatorship. What the fuck is happening over here? What the fuck? You have to put your house up for sale. You have to offer it to the city or a nonprofit first. For the private, you're trying to make everyone be homeless. These assholes asked for this shit. I hope they enjoy their COPA law. This is unbelievable. That guy stood there with that stupid smug face and schmoozed Trump. And Trump knew he had to play nice nationally, but he knew in the closed doors he raped him because he said, "It's okay, you can tell him I'm an asshole." Let's see how Mom Dummy provokes the gorilla silverback with the diamond nuts sitting in office, who is very much about safety and freedom.
$1,000 fine. But here's the bad news. If they are interested, they have up to 100.
Lonely. Dude, I can't even, man. This is priceless. They didn't learn when they had Biden and suffered the lockdown. They just wanted more suffering. Just like what Judge Joe Brown said on the show. They're like S&M. They like want this shit. They want to be abused and beat. Beat me, daddy. Spank me. Make me sleep outside in the doghouse. They want this shit. It's because they're all fucking immigrant people from countries where their daddies are allowed to rape them so that no one thinks they have any value. They want to be abused.
120 days to give you an offer. Now, if you don't want to accept that offer, that's when you can put it on the open market. If you put it on the open market and you get an offer that you absolutely love, you then have to offer it back to the city at that same price, causing tremendous delays in the closing process, which inevitably leads to dead deals. If you look at a crash in industry, well, this is the perfect way to do it. New York City's COPA law that everyone's bitching about.
They deserve it. Oh, they want to bitch now. You don't get to bitch. You voted for this twat unless that was a stolen election too. With all the paid protesters making you think there was a bunch of people supporting this. But I think in reality, this was a plant and a lot of people were paid to vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's see. I think I'm a little bit allergic to cannabis because my nose always gets stuffy. Oh, Chicago's doing a similar thing to apartment owners. Interesting, but you can't own an apartment. Apartments you rent. Oh, you can buy apartments there? Oh, okay. Different culture. They just, okay. We call those condos. Hey, Pappiness. Pappy. Pappy's in the chat. All right. I'm going to open up the hotline because this is a good one to talk about. If you're in the mood to give me your thoughts on Mom Dummy, call me Mom Donnie, please give us a call, 904-530-1422. 530-1422. 904-530-1422. Hey, Travis. Hey, Zer. So, yes, if you want to call and talk about the COPA law and how retarded Mom Donnie is, I'm down for it. All right, I'm going to play the next video and leave the line open just for a little bit. So if you want to call, gather the bravery. Seth had the bravery. You should do it. You can't make all y'all look like. Come on now. Come on now. Seth's about to get the nickname, get a good nickname for being the only one brave enough. All right. The next one. I have scary girlfriend privilege.
Tell you why gay people, especially gay women, belong in a mental hospital. They hate men, but date women who show themselves to be as manly as possible.
Yes.
They say they hate toxic masculinity.
Okay, but this is really, I know, this is great jokes, but it's really easy to break down. Yes, they still like the masculine vibe because they're probably more feminine. There's always a dominant and one's a submissive. It's that way with male-female relationships and male-male relationships. It's always a dom, always a sub. And that's just a natural order. It's just the way it is. For example, the orca whale. That's a matriarchal society. The dominant female exhibits masculine traits in other mammals. It's just the way it is. It's what she's looking for is the emotional prowess, and she's turned on by a little signal of toughness. That's all.
Woman they date has the toxic masculinity that they're referring to because those women don't know how to be anything other than toxically masculine because that's what they believe being a man is. While in the same breath telling men how they should.
I've known some hot studs, okay? I've known some women that are the studly type that are sexy as shit. That I was like, okay, I could do that. They just hot. It's just a vibe. They're the same with them. There's the men with the same look. It's like that heroin chic kind of thing from when we were like in the 90s. It's like just this vibe, you know? Like Machine Gun Kelly and Yellow Wolf with all the tats and, you know, it's just, it is that thug thing. We like a little thug. Even if you dress nice, we still got to know you got a thug in there somewhere. We got to have the thug. The girly girls. The girly girls need a thug. Who's going to protect them? If she's gay, let her be gay. I ain't never met no man who has a problem knowing. I mean, it's like thinking about two women together is not nearly as repulsive as thinking about men together. Actually, thinking about two women together isn't repulsive in my opinion. But I don't really think about men together because that's just like, ugh. I can't even watch them kiss. I'm sorry. It's not. Actually, I could watch my family my cousin who is gay. That doesn't bother me. I don't know why. Because I just love him. But when I just don't know you and you're on TV doing that shit, it's just kind of weird. I mean, but I can watch two women. I don't know. It's less weird. I don't know. just being real. You know, there's some, I guess there's some people that are just, it's not about it, whether it's hot. It's just, you can see that there's some people that just truly love each other, you know, but then there's just the hot stuff. But, you know, whatevsies. We go there sometimes. Okay, let's listen. I don't even know if look at this guy's face right now. You remember the gif with the hot dogs being thrown in her face? Hey, Mary. Happy New Year. I got a hotline open if you want to call and have a chat. 904-530-1422. Backwater said boo.
act, but still being treated with toxic masculinity at home by your woman. And you get beat on more often because it is statistically fact that women that are gay in relationships go through domestic violence far more often
All right,
than
we
women
got a
who
call. Nope, change their mind.
are in straight relationships. Not only that, you say you hate dick, but use plastic dicks to screw yourself. Like, gay men say they don't like vagina. They don't go.
Straight women use those too. Sometimes you don't have an available living one. You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Use pocket pussies to relieve themselves. They go get pocket anuses. They go get dildos to satisfy themselves. You, however, continue to use a cock. Look at your girlfriend that you...
It's because they're the way they're made. Like, how else are they supposed to have the orgasm? They gotta put something in there. Jeez. This guy seems really... I bet you his girlfriend left him for a girl. This is intense, just very emotional. I can't even listen to it anymore. I just can't. Oh, Lord. Okay. Crispy made me laugh. Women can experiment. That's called college. If you're a man that does it, you're gay. Yes. I agree. Even if you're not in college, ladies, sometimes, beauty's beauty. I don't know. Sometimes you just vibe. Women have a different thing. We can just connect emotionally much easier than with men, and that just can lead to a certain attraction. And just what husband's gonna be like, nah, don't, no, I don't want to see that. Never met a dude ever in my life, ever once, that would be like, actually no, I did know one guy, but he turned out to be quite the, soft type. All right. Whoever that was that called that decided they weren't afraid, it's okay. We're friendly here. Even if you want to troll, it might be fun. What did Seth say? I missed it. Trav Steele says, oh my God, that was funny as hell. What did he say? Oh no, I can't keep up with the chat, man. Just like most things, fellas, we can be replaced by machines. Well, so can ladies. So can ladies. Hello, David. The hotline is open. 904-530-1422. I can't listen to this guy anymore. Name something white people can do that black people can't do. And if you guys don't want to call in and talk about this shit, y'all are pussies for real, man. Don't let the girl fucking sit here and be by herself. Come on now. Next video.
Name one thing black people cannot do that a white person can.
Sometimes we should use our inside voices, talking softly so we don't disturb the people around us.
No, girl, this little ass tiger just tried to tell me to be quiet.
I keep trying to tell my husband and my children, they're like, why do you have to be so loud? I'm like, I can't fucking help it. I'm fucking black. Y'all keep forgetting because I ain't that black. It's like, we loud. And besides, you Cuban. You loud too, motherfucker.
You should have minded your business and quit playing with me.
Exactly.
Name one thing black people cannot do that a white person can.
Sometimes we should use our inside voices, talking softly so we don't disturb the people around us.
To never hear nothing no more ever again about how loud I am. I know the white side of me has to remember to use my inside voice, but it's really hard. I can use my inside voice. It's just, I'm also like, got the CPTSD and the autism. It's just like, my dad was the same way, man. It's just his family also genetically, they're Scottish and Scandinavian. It's just when you get mad, it's just you have pushed me to motherfucking hammer time because I didn't want the damn smoke in the first place. See my nails? I want to keep them nice and long and pretty. Don't be pushing me in no corners, man. I'm not a flight. What is it? Flight, freeze, and another one. But there's like another one. Flight, fight, freeze, or hide. I don't do anything but fight. I don't know, man. I wish I wasn't like this. But when shit goes down, are y'all gonna be glad I'm like this? Backwater says, I'm not yelling, I'm Cuban, it's how I talk. Exactly. No. That's why I said earlier our relationship is very passionate. My mom's Trinidad. We're a Caribbean family, but I'm the only one that's like white. I do get triggered by it though, because that white side of me does kick in. Like, I don't like confrontation. And I really don't like it because I just know how I can get. But I also just don't like the yelling because it reminds me of my dad. So, and then I just had the odds against me, man. It's like every single part of my existence is like people that yell or punch. So recovery has been wonderful. My walls haven't had any holes in them since recovery, and CPTSD medication. So my husband said he wouldn't want to be with a woman that what is it? Well, you got to go on the mic and tell them what it was he said. Something about a fight and a woman or something. You got to hear what my husband said about what kind of woman he wants to be with.
I don't mind and actually like being with a woman that if I get in a fight with her, I'm not sure I'm gonna win. I kind of like that. Maybe it's because I just love fighting.
He does. But that's because he's a defender of the innocent. And, you know, he doesn't start fights. He's like me. He doesn't start them. But if you motherfucking start it with me, you will get the smoke. You don't want the smoke, don't start a fire. You feels? What kind of smoke did... All right, we got a call. Hello, you're live with Luna.
Hi, this is Gilly.
Hey, Gilly, you made it.
Yeah, I did. I just wanted to be number 2 compared to Seth.
Yes. I love the competition going. Good old alpha energy.
Yeah, but I did want to talk about California and Gavin Newsom. Horrible.
Yes, tell me about it. What are
I
you
live
feeling?
in California, and this state is so beautiful, and he's just ruined it.
Where part do you live in?
I live in outside of LA.
Outside of LA? Oh, yeah. So I stayed just outside of LA a few years ago when I was running for Congress, and I was in like a 4-star hotel. And oh, dude, no, there were hookers all night long. I picked up scabies in the hotel. I had to call my husband and sit on the phone with him the whole night. And it was really sad.
Oh, my God.
You know, it was really sad what has happened to that place. And I have a friend that was walking around the Palisades, and they said they're like basically not allowed to have their land back.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And there's so much fraud going on here. It's horrible. And I hope Trump, I hope somebody investigates this, because they were supposed to build the high-speed rail to Vegas, and all kinds of money went for it, and not even a track laid.
I know, because if Trump wants to do it, then they're gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah.
But question: do you vote in your local politics?
Yes, I do.
Good. Do you get involved locally, like with volunteer your time to, talk to voters or just contribute?
I don't volunteer like that because I work so much. I travel a lot for work, so
if you want to save
it's
your
really hard for me to do that. But yeah,
you got to sacrifice some sleep, buddy. You do.
Yeah, I know.
Because you know why? If you guys aren't there with eyeballs on everything, keeping cameras on everything, it's never going to get better. I got a friend of mine that's a J6er that lives right out by you that got pardoned, and he goes to, film and, he showed the Palisades. He just tries to go around all the things that are occurring, all the drama that's happening out there, and put it on video. The more noise we can make, even if it's just you got to do a drive-by in your truck, bro. Just turn that camera on and be like, look at this fucking shit. You don't even got to talk to anybody. You just got to get it on documented. We got to keep...
we have 2 big refineries, one in Northern California, Vallejo, and then Chevron out here by LA, and they're moving to Texas. So that's a lot of union jobs that are leaving. A lot of people, you know, they're going to relocate people, but at the same time, everybody's jumping ship, you know?
Because the writing's on the wall. I just really think that...
I mean, you can't even buy a house out here, you know what I mean? It's so expensive.
I was looking at y'all's utility bills, and I was just like, I don't even understand. I don't know which is worse, you guys or Hawaii. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how anyone would want to stay there just for the cost of living. I couldn't do that.
I mean, I grew up here. I was born and raised here. So we got everything here. We got the beach, the mountains, the desert, all that stuff, which is great. Yeah. And luckily, I was able to buy my house at a good time. But now it's just. I mean,
you just gotta
half
fight,
of my family, they want to move to Vegas or Texas or
but if you love your home state and you want to fight for it, dude, you just got to do it because this is the only chance we got. If you don't, your state's gone. Your state is at risk bad. I mean,
it's so bad.
Yeah, and you guys need it's an army. This is it. This is go time. We don't want to have to like go all the way, right? You know, so it's like, this is it right now. We think about California all the time as Floridians, like, because we have people that leave and come from there that are just so sick of it. And we almost kind of have to teach them, almost kind of like reteach them to get used to freedom because they don't know what to do with themselves. And it's really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah. What are your gas prices out there in Florida?
Oh, geez. $2 for unleaded in some places. What's the gas like lately? What's premium?
I paid $7 a gallon.
Yeah, our premium's under $3. It's $2.89.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have a V8 twin turbo, so I'm happy.
Well, I mean, I hope there's. I heard there was going to be an investigation about it with Gavin Newsom, but hopefully that does come through because
all you gotta do is call yours. Is Gavin Newsom's your governor, right? You need to send a letter to your congressperson, your 2 senators, and then Trump, like CC Trump on it. And you know, honestly, because he does go through all that stuff. He goes through all of that stuff. You should do it. I can't sit by and let my voice. I'm fighting for California just as much as I'm fighting for Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
well, I just want to say I'm glad I subscribed to your channel and I love it. I love all your content.
Thank you for supporting me, Gilly. Love you too.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Love you guys.
Bye. All right. Oh, I love this. This is so fun. I'm so glad we have this. This is like, oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Ooh, I really like just bringing you guys in on this. This is so cool. I need to do a daytime show, but my producer can't do a daytime show unless he sets me up in a certain way to where I can just do browsing and have the news on mute in one area and start browsing and just kind of do like a live daytime thing and bring callers on. Yes, Crispy, thank you. All right. The show has been evolving. It's been getting better and better, and people are calling me, and it's just people I haven't heard of in a long time. My husband is starting to hear my voice around him out in public because someone's on their phone hearing one of my videos. So, you know, my profiles are getting between 1 million and 2 million views in the last 30 days. Cass said Gutsy snuck into your stream as well. Many streaming tonight. Yeah, I know we were competing with a lot of people tonight, but that's okay. All right, let's go on to the next video. I love Theo Vaughn. He's so adorable. Okay, Theo talks CBS.
This is CBS says that starting today, they will be reporting the news more from the average American perspective rather than solely the opinions of the liberal elite.
Ooh, good.
It's just such a funny thing to announce that CBS is going to do news. Like, hey guys, we're going to try something new here. All right, and this is a crazy thought. I had a crazy thought. We were workshopping this for a little while. What if we reported the news and not through an angle that always protects Goldman Sachs? Yeah. Maybe we'll do it through an angle that's like for you.
Yeah. Isn't that an idea?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
That we report
a lot has changed
unbiasedly.
since the first person sat in this chair. But for me, the biggest difference is people do not trust us like they used to. And it's not just us. It's all of legacy media. And I get it. I get it because I've been hearing about it from just about everybody for more than 20 years as I've traveled America on this assignment or that. My mom's neighbors in West Virginia, my own neighbors in New York City, thousands and thousands of conversations in between. Sometimes people want to talk to me about our coverage of NAFTA or the Iraq War. Other times it's all about Hillary Clinton's emails or Russiagate. Or more recently, COVID lockdowns, Hunter Biden's laptop, or the president's fitness.
It's like, you mean when you ruined the country? Does that come up? Does it come up that you destroyed the greatest country in the history of the world?
That you had people fighting about shit that you knew wasn't real and never even an apology in any of that.
Yeah.
And this is
It's like, yay, but now I need to fucking put you over my knee and whip you with a paddle for being retarded. You stupid ass. It's like having a teenager who won't fucking listen to you. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, Mom, Dad, you're right. When you're 25. Good, I was right. Now I get to punch you. Because you're an adult. This ain't abuse. It's assault, bitch. JK. Yeah, no. What you mean Theo Von ripped off your story? You got the same story as Theo Von? You got the same come up? The story he tells about the monkeys escaping the research center happened all the time, but we were the first. Is this like what happened in Florida? With the monkeys getting out? The herpes monkeys? We have every animal that has escaped, that could possibly escape in Florida, and they're all thriving in the wild. Our ecosystem in 100 years is going to be fucking nuts because there's gorillas here now. There's gorillas, monkeys, huge pythons that should not, anacondas that should not be here, lions that are loose, tigers that are loose because of hurricanes getting crazier and crazier or weird accidents. Dude, Florida, because it's subtropical, collects eclectic. I love it. It's weird down here, you know what I mean? And yes, God save California. And yes, there's fucking tigers in the Everglades, y'all. And you wonder why Floridians carry guns. Because at any point, a bear, a gorilla, a tiger, an alligator could eat you. So that is why you don't fuck with Floridians either. We are not the fuck-withable type. LaFleur says, I guess I'm going to call back in his plate. One at a time, Seth. We got to give other people a chance to grow a nutsack and call in and talk to Luna. Thank you, Gilly. You met. I see. We're finding out who the real men are real quick. Panthers in the Everglades. Well, they've kind of been around. Panthers are natural. DeSantis has done a good job in a lot of areas of freedom. He hates Donald Trump, which I don't take that much issue with. But DeSantis, I'm not going to get too into that. I think state politics is a whole different animal than federal politics. And that's not something that I am versed upon enough to make judgments upon him. But I'll say, not everybody likes no one should like everything I say either. So, I think his little man syndrome's annoying. But he did a good job in COVID keeping us free. Like, there's a lot of other corruption issues in our state that need to be addressed that'll never get addressed. And we don't have state income tax, so there's a lot of like shenanigans that goes on with monopolies, and that's not something that'll ever get addressed. There's just a lot of lawsuits on like utility companies and stuff like that happening right now. Did we watch that entire thing? I have just been snacking on these freaking cookies. Y'all been hearing me smack, 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 probably, and I'm so sorry. Seth says he's sitting back and giggling. Gilly says, yes, Seth and me are 1 and 2. I'm going to write that on Fan of the Day's show notes. Seth is number 1 caller. Y'all, my handwriting. Gilly, number 2 caller. All right. Hi, Cody. And there's Cash. Wild boar. Yeah, the Spanish brought the wild boar.
CBS says that.
I think we watched all this, though. All right. Good for you, Trump. Another good law. Next video.
We've got a new post here on social media from the President of the United States who says he is taking action to deal with inflation in home costs. The President taking to social media to say that I am immediately taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes, and I will be calling on Congress to codify it. People live in homes, not corporations. I will discuss this topic, including further housing and affordability proposals and more at my speech in Davos in 2 weeks. So the post here on social media from the President of the United States who says he is taking action to deal with inflation.
Because in Florida, these fucking huge companies have bought all the fucking homes. What's the number, Ryan? Like 60% of homes are owned by corporate companies here? 58. BlackRock and a lot of them. China. This is bullshit. We were when we were buying our house, we're in the shittiest new construction home because they bought up everything and it was a cash bid war. It was awful.
In home costs, the President taking to social media to say that I am immediately taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes, and I will be calling on Congress to codify it. People live in homes, not corporations. I will discuss this topic, including further housing and affordability proposals and more at my speech in Davos in 2 weeks. So the President here is saying that the American dream of owning a home.
All right. I've decided Gilly has won Fan of the Day. Sorry the show is not over. But Gilly, you got it, buddy. He just said he wants to get my lips tattooed on him, so he's got it.
Home has gotten out of reach for too many Americans, particularly young Americans, and says he is going to take steps to block large institutional investors from buying homes. Not clear here from this post on its face what specific regulatory steps he says he's going to take here, but he also says he's going to work with Congress to codify that into law. So obviously something for those large institutional investors to look at very carefully here now.
I mean, the biggest question is what power does the president have to do anything about this at all?
Right.
Eamon.
Right. I mean, I can think of, several regulatory bodies that might have something to say about this. The SEC, Federal Housing Administration. There are a number of ways the president might be able to influence that, but the legality of that which agency, which regulatory process, none of that addressed in this post, which just popped within the past couple seconds. So we'll try to get the White House to give us some more details on what the legal basis is for their decision to say to the large institutional investors that they can't participate in this market. We've got a new post.
Man, fuck BlackRock. Well, I didn't ask you to tattoo it. You came up with that all by yourself, so you won. I'm like, boom, you are now part of the OG club. You are in the Luna Legion. And you got to be on Troll Patrol with Seth and Jack and Backwater. You my thirst trap boo now. All right. Last video. Are Somalis good or bad for the community?
Does large-scale Somali immigration...
I love this guy. Brandon Gill. He is so Texas, number one. He is such a... He could be in Tombstone. He could be with Wyatt Earp, which, by the way, any woman would pick any of those dudes. Or all of them. But Doc, that's my fucking dude. Then Wyatt.
make Minnesota stronger or weaker?
Certainly stronger.
Certainly stronger. Do you know what percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on food stamps?
No.
54%. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Well, to be clear, a majority of the...
It's 7%. There's a big difference between 54% and 7%, is there not? Large-scale Somali immigration make Minnesota stronger or weaker?
Certainly stronger.
Certainly stronger. Do you know what percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota are on food stamps?
No.
54%.
Yep. It's strong. Strong people need food stamps.
Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Well, to be clear, a majority of the...
It's 7%.
Okay. So Minnesota, you are paying for immigrants to live for free. You are going to work not just for your family, but the reason why you're living paycheck to paycheck and crying and stressing because you don't know how you're going to pay your car note and the gas bill that are due on the same day is because you're paying for Somalia, little Somalia, and they changed their motherfucking flag. How dare they, the fucking treasonous bastards, to the Somalian flag.
There's a big difference between 54% and 7%, is there not?
Excuse me, sir. Could I answer the question?
Let me move on. We've got a lot of questions here. What percentage of Somali-headed households in Minnesota
Woohoo, backwater, spin game
are on Medicaid?
I don't know.
It's 73%. Do you know what that number is for Minnesota native households?
Again, you're using the phrase Minnesota native households, but
Backwater, that is me. I will open it up after this video, Backwater, and you can call.
The number is 18%. That's quite an astounding difference. I think we would agree.
Can I answer the question, please?
Let me ask you one more, and then we can go on to that. What percentage of Somali-headed households are on welfare in general?
I don't know.
It's 81%.
Bitch. Next question. Next question. Hold on. Stand still. Do you need help? Do I need to hold you up a little bit?
What about, let me just ask you, after 10 years of being in the United States, what percentage of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare?
I don't know.
The number is 78%. So even after 10 years, 78% of Somali immigrant households continue to be on welfare. Do you know what that number is for native Minnesota-headed households?
Yeah, again,
non-Somali immigrant-headed households.
If I can just answer the question, when you're using the phrase native Minnesotans, the majority of Somali Minnesotans are as Minnesotan as any of us. They were born in the United States. It's only 8,000 of the 108,000 Somali.
Nevertheless, the welfare usage is astoundingly different.
But it's fine because there's only a little bit of them, you fucking asshole. Do you just turn over every night and get the baby oil for these fucking people? Like, what's your kink, bro? Why are you defending these idiots? Like, what the hell? I'm opening up the phone line for Backwater. Hopefully you make it. before anybody else does, and you will be my last call before I close out the show. Come on, call in Backwater. All right. So, Brandon Gill is a damn savage, to be quite honest with you. He's always owning people. This guy, look at this. Hold on. Look at the comments. All right, here we go. Here's Backwater. Hello, you're live with Luna.
Yo, it's Backwater.
Hey, honey, how you doing?
I'm good. I just had to call me because I was called out earlier.
You were what?
So, I was called out earlier.
Oh.
Y'all called me out.
Oh,
Y'all called me out. I had to come out of the woodwork.
I was like, come on, where are my OGs at? You know what I mean? Like, where y'all be scared?
No, we're right here. Nah, I'm not scared.
I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the shit, for real.
Nah, we got to. We have your back, man. You're making a movement, and we gotta follow it.
Thank you. I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was just an angry mama. You know what I mean? But I guess you don't ever want to go into battle alone, you know?
Never. And you're big when you got an army behind you, so you're good.
Oh, man, thank you so much. I feel so humbled. I'm really pleased to know your wife was watching earlier, too. Glad to know I got her to watch. Yeah. What'd she think about what'd she think about Judge?
Judge, he's the truth. He's the truth. He's good people.
Yeah. I remember when I first met him, I didn't know if he was like legit or not because, he was on TV. So I was like, oh, let's see about this guy, right? But I was at this conference when I was running for Congress where it was like all black Republicans and then they had a few Democrats sprinkled in there to like spring a surprise on us. And they try to trap me in the abortion question. And I said, that's not even the problem. The problem is that the fact that we don't have daddies in the home. And like, I got that sentence out and he stood up and started clapping like this. And I was like, okay, he's the real deal. Let me talk to this guy.
Yeah. Nah, man, he needs to replace my law professor, man. I'm telling you, that guy's boring. This guy keep me awake.
Oh, he's got a memory that I don't even know. I want to ask him about his memory. I don't know if it's photogenic, but he doesn't forget anything.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
And you can see that.
If you're going to be a judge, you got to know all these laws and you got to be like at the top of your damn game. Oh, side note, he hates Judge Judy.
I don't blame him.
Well, what was he saying about Israel?
I know, right? Exactly. I mean, they go hand in hand right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah.
No, I was calling too. I was, piggybacking off that comment you was talking about Florida and the homes that are being bought up by private sectors and stuff. And now, it's giving us a chance as homeowners. I mean, I'm 37 years old. And, I'm trying to get my first home. I rent because of that shit.
Yeah. It's really sad
what
happened.
It's forcing us out.
Yes, it's so hard to own a home now. Like, there's things that Trump does with the Israel stuff that will really like make me like, Rrr. And then he goes and does something like this, and I'm like, man, all right, because they can't be perfect. You there?
No, go ahead. No, I was listening to you. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying, they can't be perfect. It's a doozy, but I don't think he understood the Israel thing until they tried to shoot him.
Yeah, until they try to take him out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's like.
And not just once.
Right. So that's why I kind of just set that a little to the side because he goes and does stuff like this, stuff that actually matters in our day-to-day lives. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and our utility companies here in Florida, especially in Tampa with Tico and all them, man, they're raping us out the ass.
There's a lawsuit that's about to start on JEA, and it's got 50,000 views already. It started in the last couple days. JEA is the Jacksonville one. Remember I was telling you about how our power got shut off for no damn reason. They put us through hell. Yeah. They put us through hell.
No, there's a reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the monopoly. I'm going to extort you because you got no other choice and nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm. You already know. They just squeeze the pennies out of you as much as they can. They take, and never give.
But and DeSantis is in bed with that. Like, I love DeSantis. Like, to other people in other states, like, DeSantis is like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yeah. And I see that, and he is in those areas. But when you live here and you start to see the shenanigans because we don't have state income tax and what they do to like get those extra dimes, he is all in bed with that. I heard some things when I was having dinners with people I would rather not have dinner with. You know what I mean?
No, not for you. No, I mean, I know some things about him. I mean, he was here in Tampa during COVID and all that. He had the whole ward shut down for him and his wife and stuff because one of his kids got it. But he also with the whole state park stuff, you know. And then trying to put disc golf. Yeah, a couple, was it last year? Yeah, last year.
Okay.
He was the state parks. He was trying to put hotels. He was trying to take out and put disc golf in them. And it was all his company. You know, and there was a big old protest against it, and we stopped it because we're like, why are you taking away the state parks? Why are you going to take away this? If you're for Florida and you're for the land and everything else, why are you going to take stuff that brings us money like the tourists, like the state parks, like the beaches and stuff like that? Why are you going to go ahead and have people build more hotels on them?
Right.
You know that I didn't like. You know, and me as myself, you know, that's somewhat, I make some money off of that as doing fishing charters and stuff like that. So, you know, you take that away, that kind of takes some money out of my pockets.
Yeah. And I remember when he was in office the first time, my pockets were fat. And the whole time Biden was in office, I was like, oh my God, I miss my pockets. Like, that's what we really care about the most. And then you have this shit going on in Minnesota, and it's just like, seriously? Like, we are living paycheck to paycheck, and this is what you're fucking doing with our fucking money? It's happening all over the place.
Yeah, a majority of the households in the United States are one paycheck away from being homeless.
Yeah.
You know?
We were, during Trump, my household was in the top 8%. During Biden, that same percentage was living paycheck to paycheck. And we're still trying to catch up. And the IRS during Biden, because we were in that tax bracket, just decided they weren't going to give us our returns. So they owe us $40,000.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid. You know, they just trying to take, like I said earlier, take and never give back. You know, we work our asses off for so many years, and then they want to dictate how much we're going to make when we retire. And they take a big portion of it and just, okay, you can get $1,200 for a month. That'll sustain you. No, it won't.
I know. Yeah, but we're privileged. We're Americans, you know.
We are. And
we got
proud of it too.
Yeah, exactly. The rest of the world just sees us as their fucking ATM. They literally tell them in these other countries, because I watch other countries' news, and not just their news, but like their little talk shows and their little propagandas. Like I'll change the VPN so I can really get in there. You know what I mean? And they tell these people that we're spoiled, we're lazy, we got all this money, we don't know what to do with it. And so like they have to come here, and we have this culture where we just give away money. Basically, it's our obligation, because that is what America's here for. America is here to fund you, because you are
the world.
Yes. And I'm just done with it. I'm fucking done with it. Over it.
What I'm done with. I'm done with that. And when I'm done with is everybody, you hate America, talk shit about America, but why you always coming here? Why you coming here? Why you gonna, if you hate it so much, then leave, bitch.
And fly the flag from your country. Why? Well, for what? Like, you could have it up in your house, but like when you driving around with it on your car, like you in a gang, it's like, what are you doing? This is your little what country? This is your little Mexican territory, or your little South Korea territory, or your little China territory? Like what? I don't know. This is America. You're supposed to assimilate, damn it. You're supposed to fucking assimilate.
I'm first generation American. I'm German and Cuban by blood. But you know what? I'm American all day long.
That's right.
And I fly two flags on my property. I fly two flags. I fly the American flag, and right on there, don't tread on me. So
that's right. I got my. So I'm from Georgia. So I got my Confederate flag that says the South will rise again, and my American flag hanging in my front two windows.
There you go.
And then when people see me come out the door, I'm brown with this Confederate flag. They're like, what the fuck is happening? What is this? What are you? Why are you doing this? I'm like, you're not ready for that conversation.
People see me, then I'll come out, same brown and all that. But then they're like, wait a minute. Hold on. You voted for Trump? Yeah. Wait a minute. You're more redneck than me? Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Pretty much.
Hillbilly to a redneck. That's my kind of people.
I'm a Cuban. Cuban redneck all day long.
I say that all the time. I'm a Caribbean hillbilly. But that is what America is, you know? It's like, yeah, we're all immigrants, but that's what bonds us is that we're fucking Americans. It's like, we're the fucking rebellious ones. We're the ungovernables. We're the ones that didn't want socialism and communism. Why are we trying to make it that?
Exactly, but what you just stated, what's the key word in that statement? You can be an African American, you can be a Chinese American, a Hispanic American, but at the end of the day, you're an American. That's what bonds us.
That's the root word. You know, we get so stuck like looking at each other's ethnicities. I don't even honestly see that when I'm out and about in the world. I really don't notice people's ethnicities unless there's a language barrier. That's when I notice, because I'm in industries where I am around people all the time, and I just like all kinds of people. I just don't see it like that because I'm a real actual American. When you're a real actual American, you're not looking at people like that. You're just looking at people like, are you a good person or a bad person?
Exactly. If I can fuck with you or if I can't.
Exactly. You know, because we're all here with the same damn struggles, and it doesn't really matter. Like, we're all oppressed by the same 13 families. It's just us against them. So why they got us looking at each other for? We didn't do nothing. It's them.
Exactly. You know what? We geared away from what, to me, and I always tell my wife this, and I was young when it happened, 9/11. But that was when the country was the most closest and bonding together. And the unity that we had was just, great. Right. And then we got divided because of politics. We got divided because of that shit and all that. And you know that? But we're one, like they say, one nation under God. We're one nation under God. We're one America. That's it.
That's right. That is right. That is a great place to end the show, buddy. I love what you said. Thank you for calling in. I really appreciate your support. Tell your wife I said hello.
You're welcome, and keep on the movement. We got your back always.
Thank you, dude. See you soon.
All right. Good night.
Bye. Good night. All right. It was fun. OMG. Oh my God. This was great. I love this. This is so fun. We are totally keeping this feature, although might be a new number next time. So don't save this one. But yes, Jack says American pride is what matters. Exactly. And Gilly says he hasn't gotten money back in 7 years. Dude, if you make money, they punish you, man. These freaking socialists. They punish you. Not down for it. And Jack said, great call. Yes, Jack, it was. I really love this. This is fucking awesome. This is staying. This is wonderful. It might be a new number next time. I'm not sure. Gilly won fan of the day. Gilly, you're a fucking rock star. Huh? No, we're done. Tomorrow's when we mail them out? Yes. So, all right. I got about 37 show notes to go kiss. And Gilly's is going to be absolutely perfect. So that way he gets a good tattoo. So I love all of you. Let me find a show to raid. Let's see. Cass, I don't know if you're still on, but if you want to find me a show to raid, that would be cool. Reality Pocket seems to be busy. All right. It's awesome, Luna's Legion. I am so humbled. I don't even know what to think, man. This is just, it's just me here, man. To hear that you guys really vibe with me like that, it's like super, I don't know. Y'all gotta be crazy. Y'all gotta be crazy. I'm wilding. Y'all doing launch road. We could lose our minds together though. We on a mission. We gotta fight. If you Gilly, please message producer Ryan right there pinned in the comments. You see Ryan.Lopez86, or you can email thirsttrapnews@gmail.com, and we will get the show notes out to you. It was an awesome show. I'm really proud of this one. All right. With that, I will bid you guys adieu.